Since I got back to America, it just feels so weird. I'm not about to front for any of this video. I'm not about to act. I'm about to let this message flow from my heart. I ran out of money while on the road in the Philippines. I actually ran out of money in Micronesia. But let me give you my backstory. So after a long life in America, dealing with the concrete jungles, concrete forests, brainwashed people, NPCs, family and all that, my own addictions to food, my own addictions to cigarettes. Let's hop up here. Let's see if we can go this way, because it's so fucking loud on the road. I finally said fuck it, and I sold everything. You know, with visions of buying land, realizing that was a trap, realizing that they just want me to pay off debt that I owe for school, otherwise they'll take the land. I just decided to set myself free. As free as I possibly could, because you're never really free as long as you're in the Matrix. This world is run by the devil. So yeah, I decided to sell everything, my car, everything in my house, all my possessions, my lawn mowing equipment. I had tried everything, tried starting a lawn mowing business. I've done art, music, you name it, I've done it. And at the age of 32, this world really takes a toll on you, and it really makes you feel so fucking exhausted. So I got fed up. I mean, I've went to school for pipe welding. I've had credit cards, $10,000 limits, paid them off. Spent them again, paid them off. Trying to take time off of work, trying to be creative in life. Not trying to be, I was, and I was successful at it. God, it just feels so weird to be here. So I sold everything and I went to Thailand for 2 months. Long story short, I was only supposed to be in Philippines for 3 months, or 3 weeks. And then I ended up staying in Philippines for 5 months. 5 whole months, because I fell in love with the place. I fell in love with the smiles. I fell in love with the beauty, the friendliness, the nature aspect of it. I fell in love with the waterfalls. I fell in love with the mountains. I fell in love with the coconuts. But above all, I really fell in love with the friendliness of the people. And as you can see, it's a desert here. You walk past this house, same house in the Philippines, there'd be 5 people sitting outside on the block. Each block, there'd be 20 people sitting out ready to smile at you. So I took $7,000 US, and I made it stretch for 8 months. That's flights, that's ferries, that's food, that's hotels, staying at the cheapest hotels I could possibly find. You name it, you name the responsibilities we have as traveling, you name it. Somehow I made it last over 8 months. After Philippines, I picked a place, a nice island in Camigan Island in the Philippines, and I stayed there for 3 months. My rent was $87 a month. Living with my cousin right now. Just flew out to Texas from Florida in hopes of finding a job, a fucking job that could pay me two grand a week, 3 grand a week, so that I could continue to feed this matrix and continue to maybe even take a couple years off of work, Because now I know in my mind, if I have at least $20,000, I can make that last for 2 years. But the difficulty doesn't stop. Here I feel sick, almost. We're psychological beings, and we need a certain type of fun and activity and smiles and to feed our psychoactive. This is why people are just numbing the pain, smoking so much fucking weed out here. This is why I'm smoking cigarettes, but I've been doing a lot better. I've been doing a lot better. Day by day, I try to do a lot better. Even though it's not perfect, I haven't quit totally, but I'm doing a lot better. I just smoked one cigarette. It's painful being here. So now I leave the Philippines and I find myself in Micronesia. Now Micronesia is the Federated States of Micronesia, which they have a compact association agreement. They're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, these islands, and I think it's awesome. I can go to these islands and live and work and operate visa free, and they won't fuck with me. Get to Micronesia, come to find out everybody makes $1 an hour, $2 a fucking hour, but the prices are just the same as the US, if not higher. Gas is $6 an hour. I don't even know how those people are surviving. They want to adopt an American lifestyle, but I'm telling them that America just sold them a dream. People are leaving these islands desolate to come to America. There's so many abandoned houses, especially on the outer atolls, the really small islands with 250 residents, 250 residents on them. There have so many abandoned houses and coconut trees everywhere and ocean, just because everybody's leaving the islands desolate. So which way is the world really going? America has become my hell. And as long as I'm on earth, I know I'm in hell, because the earth is run by the devil. Do you see all the sick shit going on? I mean, if you really just stop blinding yourself and numbing the pain, you really see all the sick shit that's going on. So why would I ever want to have kids or bring another conscious being into this realm? It's painful walking around here. Now I have to basically give my soul. That's all you see is no trespassing signs, fucking dogs barking at you. There's no one out here. There's no one out here. And this is what you get to walk on. So I said, fuck it. My cousin went to work today. It's my first day in Texas. But I said, I'm gonna go out and get at least an hour of sunlight. That'll make me feel better. I've just spent the last 10 years of my life trying to raise my vibration, trying to break cycles and change things. I have. It doesn't seem like it's all working out yet, but I look at my face, it feels like I'm getting older by the second. Feels like the things that they give us, the things that we're feeding ourselves is just making us sick. So where do I run to? Yeah, it'd be cool to work a couple months and make $20,000 and then just say fuck it, but I don't even know if I can make it through that. This place is the most foreign place on the earth. As soon as I get to America, I've been through 15 to 20 different countries traveling. Because if you fly from Thailand to Philippines, you got to pass through Tokyo, Japan. If you fly from Micronesia, you're passing through Japan or India, or you get the gist of it. But the minute after 8 months of traveling that I land back in the United States, it's where are you going? You're going through the wrong door, and we were chasing you through the airport, and you could just feel the whole energy switch, the whole vibe change, the whole anxiety in the air as soon as you hit this country. As soon as I try to get out of the airport and smoke cigarettes, do you have any food or tobacco on you? Yeah, put your hands behind your back. For what? You have a warrant in Iowa. So these are the things that try to pester your mind and try to fuck with you, but you have to keep swimming, you have to keep going. So is my life gonna be a situation to where I'm just moving, just traveling, man? I'll work for a couple months for some fucking dust, for some fucking paper, and then try to live out on the road and spend money, give it to corporations in Philippines, give it to corporations in Thailand, give it to businesses in Thailand. For how long could I keep on doing this? Content creation feels like it. Look, that's the only thing out here is a dog to bark at you as soon as you pass the house. This is so weird. And the dog's probably like, fucking save me from this shit. I want to leave too. The vibration's so low here. So even when I travel, even when I'm on the road, I know I'm a conscious enough being to know that I'm just spending money. I'm just feeding the matrix even more. You know, I'm free, but then I walk past all these Filipino people who still are having to work. Some of them are privileged, don't have to work. They sit with their evil smiles. Everything's fucking evil in the U.S. Look at the car. Look at the cars parked. Possibly the weirdest place and the weirdest situation I've ever been in my entire life. You come back and nothing's changed with family. I mean, some people, and I guess the right things have changed. So what choice do I have but to be optimistic? What choice do I have? Houses are freezing in here. You go inside the house, it's hot outside, but then people stay in the cold all day. There's just so much that I don't agree with, but what choice do I have other than forced positivity? I'm not gonna look at my future and see a bunch of darkness. I'm not gonna look at my future and see a bunch of darkness, because what? That puts me in another pan of shit. This is the house we're staying in. Shout out to my cousin. You know, he's put together a beautiful house. He makes $7,000 a month or $7,000 a week, and then doesn't have anything to show for it, unfortunately, because we're just fucking lost. People are making thousands of dollars being a part of this system and then just going in circles in it. So me, I chose to travel the world, do content creation. None of the shit's blown up yet. But I guess that's what it takes to be in my shoes. That's what it takes to be who I am. Is nothing can work. If something works for you in the Matrix, that means you're probably off spiritually. If they love you in the Matrix, that means you're probably off. And your morals ain't even aligned correctly. And that's 99% of people. So here I walk through the concrete jungle, watching people look, stare, and I stick out like a sore thumb. No one smiles at you. I stick out like a sore fucking thumb here, man. But what do I do other than make the best of the situation that I'm in? These roads are so wide, it's so weird to just see. It looks like there's a little little Mexican place right there. Little treat shack. I might have to hit that up sometime. Roasted corn and snow cones. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely stop by there. That's the closest thing to an island that I've seen for miles. Shout out to my cousin. Shout out to his girl. They came right to the airport, drove 6 hours basically to pick me up. He's like, I know you probably just want to get back on the road again. And I'm like, man, well, maybe I want to buy land. Maybe I want to, if I can make a bunch of money, maybe I'll just stay for a few more months, buy some land, pay off my debt, buy land so they can't take my fucking land. And he looks at me, he's like, cuz that's the last thing when I started making money. It's the last thing I thought of was paying off this debt, paying off any debt. And something in me is like, hey, you're right. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I give you $20,000 on a student loan when I could live in Philippines for 2-3 years off that? At least a solid 2 years. Just chilling on an island in a waterfall. Everything in me wants to... I know why God took me to Micronesia. He took me to Micronesia. I'd never finished that part of the story. I ended up, everything's the same. I have like $1,000 in my pocket. Not even like 600. So that's 800 of that is for a ticket home. So now I have $200 and I'm in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And you guys are charging $80 a night for a hotel. So I ended up on the street. Shout out to the family in Pompeii who took me in, found me with my bags on the side of the road in the pouring rain, fed me, clothed me. But I saw one thing. So I'm gonna finish that story real quick. After I stayed with them 30 days, I got my flight ticket, not even all the way back home because it was too expensive. I could only afford a flight ticket back to the Philippines, which is halfway back to the United States. After that, I was stranded in Manila, Philippines, the most dangerous city in Southeast Asia. Still smiling, still having fun, still making the best out of nothing. Long story short, I had to contact the U.S. Embassy to get a flight ticket back home. I had to contact the U.S. Embassy to get a flight ticket back home. They charged me, it should have only been $700. They charged me $1,300. So I'm like, okay, they're helping me. They're like, no, it's a loan. You got to pay it back within 30 days as soon as you reach the United States. Otherwise, you can't leave. Your passport's been limited. You can't leave the United States until you pay it back. So here I am trying to pay that shit back so that they can't keep me down here. Knowing how difficult it is. Let me turn back around this way, man. Knowing how difficult, I'm proud of myself for going out on a whim, traveling, making $7,000 stretch. Really, I spent way too much money in Thailand. When you first get out on the road, you've never been traveled internationally, you're spending extra money that you don't even need to spend. You don't even know how to fucking convert the money into... What I'm saying is this life is fucking sick. This life is crazy. The only regret I have in life is playing a part of this devilish game. Playing any fucking part in this devilish game with that fucking piece of paper, money. So long story short, while I'm in Micronesia, I went out on a limb. I didn't have shit, but it cost $22 to get to an outer atoll. A small tiny island with 250 residents on it. Went to that island. They're like, man, you could live out here for $20. Will last you like 2 weeks. Just enough to buy you some cigarettes or whatever you need, but The men go fishing in the morning, and the women cook, and there's another group of men climbing coconut trees and shit so you can just survive. I'm so tempted to just go grab a little money and go to that fucking island and just disappear. What am I sacrificing when I do that? I know that I already spread my spirit into the world. I don't need to continue to try so hard to be a part of this fucking weird ass system, this weird ass place, H&R Block. What the fuck is this, man? All these people from all these other countries, you would tell them you're from America and they would say, man, I wish I was in America. Well, yeah, if you like being in a place where there ain't no fucking fruit on the trees on purpose, so they make you go to the fucking grocery store. If you like being in a place where nobody smiles at you, if you like being in a concrete fucking jungle where you feel like there ain't even no place to escape to nature, there's a couple beaches in Florida, that's it. I mean, unless you're in more, like a specific place, then, you know, in mountains in Colorado or some shit, or in Cali by the beach on the cliffs. And Cali is impossible to fucking live in, so good luck. You know, good luck with your dreams. They spent their whole life in the jungle and aspire to come to a fucking America. Be careful what you wish for. If I had a message to any of those people on those islands, be careful what you wish for. Any of those people leaving those outer atolls where there's complete freedom and complete nature, seeking more of what the world has for you, I have one message for you, and that's good fucking luck. Good luck being a part of this devilish ass system that sells you dreams, because we've done it our whole life. The whole point of me traveling too was to inspire others to get the fuck out. To say that you can do it, that there's another way to live. Instead of paying $100,000 for your house, spend 10 years in traveling the fucking world. You got people just looking at you all weird and shit here. Like, what the fuck? This is the foreign country. This is the place that's weird. This is the place of no smiles, the land of desolation, modern Egypt. Nobody should aspire to come here. You got tech billionaires running the fucking algorithms, no matter how good your content is. Unless you boost it and pay $100, and you're not gonna get 1,000 likes. It's like, how are people actually making shit work? How are people actually making a bunch of fucking money? Is because they're still a part of this cult, they're still a part of this system. And I just don't want to play anymore. I don't blame myself for that. It's okay to want to leave and go at the same time. You know, I love coming back to visit my family. Just so I can see that nothing's really changed. People are just here on their phones and shit all day, just like all over the world. But you know what? Today's not gonna be a day of straight complaint. This doesn't bring me down one bit. This doesn't bring me down one bit giving this message, because it's always been the way I felt. Heartbroken behind a fucking world that doesn't care about you. Women, I just met the nicest girl in the Philippines, beautiful girl. But she's in Manila. It had to click for me. All these pretty girls go to Manila. Me and her clicked up and had the best time. You would have thought we were fucking soulmates for one night. For 2 weeks. Messaging each other, I love you and all this shit. But all these girls go to Manila for one fucking reason, and that's to work in bars and sell their fucking body for 6,000 pesos a night. $100 US if you need a conversion. If you don't know what 6,000 pesos is, that's what it is. And so the world is sad. Like, it really just, it doesn't feel right to be here. This is always how I felt, so it's not even a chip off my shoulder. It's not like I'm going into this negative vortex because I already know all this. So I'm fine. It feels great to vent and get it off of my chest. It feels great to basically say that America has become my hell too. Shout out to Sunshine Shoulders. He made a video. America is my hell. Yeah, you fucking right it is. But so is the rest of the world. People are so engraved in their identities that it's hard to make even a real connection. So I would float around a lot while I was traveling internationally, and I would spread the right spirit, the good spirit, like butter all over the fucking islands, all over the cities. Letting them know that a higher vibration is coming from a different part of the world. That when they see me, they're seeing their higher self. So shout out to other people I was able to inspire to move and travel. But keep in mind, if your heart and your soul are not right while you're traveling, it's just going to be another pitfall. It's just going to be a whole lot more darkness. Do I regret anything? Fuck no. Do I wish I had could snap my fingers and have $100,000 in the bank? Fuck yeah. But not quicker than I should have it, because if I had it a week ago, I might have paid off $20,000 in debt and then $10,000 in credit card debt, and then took 70 and went back on the road and tried to find some land there. But now, after what I've been through these last couple days, just seeing the sickness of it, it makes you not want to give them a fucking penny. Why would I invest in land? Why would I pay off debt? A $20,000 debt when I could take that fucking money and live for a year and a half somewhere on an island and sleep in waterfalls and shit. Have a nice house, actually, and then just camp out in waterfalls and smile with people. Tell them that they can be free too. That was my message the entire time I was on the road traveling. So no, today I'm just detached. I'm not identifying with any of these thoughts. I'm pissed off that my addictions have led me this far. I fasted. I did an all raw food fast for 3 days. Now I come to Texas and I eat a fucking burger at Applebee's and fries and Panda Express, and it just feels like a fucking vortex that you can never get out of. Like, it's whenever you're really raising your vibration, the world's always throwing shit at you. Like, there's this movie about this cartoon, this animated movie about the brewery and how they're poisoning the brewery, but the brew doesn't kill you, it's quitting the brew that actually kills you. And so while I'm in Manila, while I'm in Micronesia, I'm smoking these cigarettes and shit back to back because I'm stressed and I'm like in survival mode. So now I get back to Florida, touchdown, do a 3-day fast, and I'm smoking a lot less. I smoke like 3 to 5 cigarettes a day. It used to be a whole fucking pack. So it's like I have to give myself credit for the little advances that I'm making, but it feels like it's never gonna end. It feels like this world, the grips of this world is always like having control on you. But that's not what that's not what my day is gonna be about. It's gonna be about moving onward and upward. You know, you feel like even relationships and women, it's so difficult to see who's real and who's not real, and how far are they brainwashed already, and how far are they trying to pull you back into the loop of the matrix, this fucking illusion. So long story short, the world tries to turn your heart black. Even you give up everything, I'm thinking about, like, what else do I have to do, God? Like, just be completely fucking homeless, to be completely fucking detached from this society? But even then, you're still playing a fucking part in it. You still are gonna go scrap up some cans and get a fucking burger or something and just be in survival mode until you lay on the side of the road and die or some shit. What do we have to do what do we have to sacrifice in order to be free, really, in this realm? Is there really freedom in this realm? I don't think there is. The only thing that I could say, God sent me to Micronesia to find out that people are leaving that life of freedom and sacrificing it for a life of traps and illusions. So, more space for me to go out and live on a fucking island in one of them houses that they abandoned. U.S. citizens are free to go to Micronesia. You don't need a visa. They're not going to kick you out. There's all types of atolls and smaller islands that you can go and learn how to fish. You can learn how to climb a coconut tree. You can live a peaceful life. You can plant food. Shit, you can even bring weed out there. Smoke you something while you on the island, drink a coconut. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you right now, I would sacrifice anything just to have that fucking opportunity. And I think that's why I'm going through what I'm going through today, so my eyes can open and see that your work's done. At some point, your work has to be done. You've inspired people, you've posted content, you've tried to make money off of it, you've done it with good intentions, broke, sick, sad, tired, stressed, no family there with you. You've done it already, Trey. You've made art, music that it could inspire people. You've inspired these people to the fullest potential that anybody possibly could. Now it's time to be selfish. It's time to go out on that island for at least a year and just be peaceful. You know, I didn't spend money for 3 days on that fucking island, and I was like, it's almost weird not even spending money. Like, I haven't spent a fucking dime since I've been here. Yeah, I know there'll have to be some sacrifices that I have to make. There'll have to be, you know, a little bit of money that I have to take out there. You know, I'm not above this material world to where I'm just sick and so against it. But all of us have sinned. And as long as we're in this body and in this flesh, we're gonna be a part of this world, a part of this lower third density matrix that we have to play a part in this fucking game. So don't feel bad. Wherever you're at in the world or in your circumstances, don't feel bad, because at the end of the day, we do all this shit just to die. So don't stress yourself out. I know we ain't getting any younger. I look in the mirror every day at my face and say, like, it looks like you're getting a little older. I already know I'm handsome. I'm probably the most handsome guy in the world, but there goes that smoker's cough. Guess it's finally catching up with me. Anyways, this is just a vent, guys. I've seen a lot in this world, and it's pretty fucking wicked. And I've seen a lot of good too, but mostly I've seen evil. Mostly I've seen suffering. Mostly I've seen people who don't have control of their heart, control of their mind, or any fucking direction. And if they do got direction, it's going in the wrong fucking way, back to civilization and houses that you gotta pay when you turn the water on, pay when you turn the lights on, pay when you get in the car, and pay every time you hit the gas. We're always being chastened. So unless you're setting up a life when the sun is free, when water's free from the river, when fruit's free from the trees, Shit, I'll even grow a tobacco plant and smoke that shit. But we're always being chastened, so we always feel this underlying sense of anxiety upon us that we don't deserve. It's like we didn't ask to be here. So with that being said, I would say just make yourself as detached from the world in this realm. And if you have some money, do the right things with it. Like, set yourself up for freedom, not failure. Set yourself up for freedom instead of a fucking trap that's just costing you everything you've worked for. Last thing I would say is realize that once you've done so much, that's enough. Once you've inspired the world, not tried to, you did inspire the world. You changed the note, you changed the vibration in the world. Then it's time to get the fuck out. You don't have to continue to play a part in this fucking game all the time. Stack up $30,000 and go to a fucking island for 20 years. I'm telling you that right now that there's an island right in Pompeii, Micronesia. The main island is expensive as fuck, but as soon as you get to these outer atolls, that's what God showed me. As soon as you just take one step further, there's layers to this. Go visit these outer atolls. If you have to, buy a speedboat once you get there so you can visit, and then have money in your hand for gasoline for your speedboat so you can fish in the morning, so you can take a boat trip back and buy some weed or something. But the point of all this is to be fucking free eventually. You gotta come back and work in this fucking shithole for another 3 months or 2 months or 6 months or whatever the fuck it is, then fine. But the majority of your life should be spent being free. If you don't need a $200,000 house, then you don't need to work for it. This is the whole point of being a minimalist. Like I said, I sold everything I had, went into credit card debt, just detached from everything. I just didn't give a fuck. Because we're fed up and we're tired of a system that just takes from us, just enslaves us and uses the higher ups. Just shit trickles downhill is what I'm saying. So when are you gonna get a fucking clue? When are we gonna get 20 to 40 people together on this small fucking, on these islands, and just go fucking have families and just enjoy life and be happy? Lay in the fucking hammock all day. You go to Thailand, nature's our only sign of freedom. You go to Thailand, you see monkeys in the mountains fucking all day, eating little shit off the grass, looking you right in your eyes, like. But we think we're so much more advanced than these animals, but we're not. Then we lock the cat meowing right inside the house, just lock it in the house and think we're saving it. You know, shout out to my cousin for, bringing me out here. It's so good to have family that can support your goals and can support your mission. Shout out to my mom for, being there every step of the way, even though I feel like these people are agents sometimes, like just drawing me back further and further into the matrix and shit. At the same time, they're nodes in the matrix, like supporting your cause and your system, so I'm grateful for them. Other than that, I don't want to have no more business with the world today. I love you. Comment what country you want to travel to. Like and subscribe this bitch. Get me 1 million views so that I can invite you to the island and we can stay. Comment whatever simple lifestyle that you want to live. Start dumbing shit down. Start simplifying everything. Start detaching it. I don't even have cell phone service right now. Like, what the fuck? For the job to call me. It's like, when are you gonna get tired of having all these things? comment what a perfect simple life for you would be, whether it's fishing on an island or eating vegan on an island and growing fruit and going and dipping your body in the beach every water and putting your toes in the sand and waking up whenever you want to. What is the life that you want in your heart? And after you go out, I've always wanted that, but after you go out and inspire the world, go get that life for yourself, because you deserve it. I love you.